Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria. And welcome to my mid-year reset vlog. I think I talked about this a couple vlogs ago. I think it was when I was unhauling my books, but this first half of the year has been a little crazy, and so a lot of videos and plans kind of went out the window. And I figured, since we were coming up on June in the next month, that I would take some time here in May to basically do a bit of a reset, get my reading journals up to date, because they're not, get my story graph correct, all my stats and things like that, really take an assessment, and then plan out what I've been thinking of doing, at least through the summer, is the goal for this year. Oh, there's a lot of noises. We've got construction going on. Pumpkin is awake now because I am upstairs. Hello, good mornings. Now, yes ma'am. What you want to tell them? Good morning. Goodbye. What was I gonna say? Oh yes, so basically at least get videos planned out through the summer. But I've got some other things to do before we really dive into this vlog. Case in point, I need to eat. And yes, I am eating a cupcake for breakfast because, first off, I've always been of the opinion, like, why is a cupcake dessert and some pastries are breakfast? A lot of them have the same sugar content. This is not like a decadent. This is the Whole Foods Chantilly cream cupcakes. And so they're very light. Well, the chantilly cream is a little, but I feel like a pastry is a pastry is a pastry. And you can't tell me that cake can't be for breakfast if I can have like a cinnamon roll doused in so much icing and call that breakfast. So I'm having that with some apple slices. And like I said, I have some things I need to do first before we do this reset. And then yeah, it'll give me time to think about life and things. So I'll check back in with you after I've stuffed my face and finished a couple things. And then we're gonna get to organizing, which I'm excited about. I have a lot of plans. My brain has been working, which saving grace. So my brain has been thinking and coming up with some things that I think will really go along with summer, which I'm excited about. So we shall see. We shall see. Hello. It is our next day. Our next day? It is the next day. I did not do any more mid-year resetting yesterday at all whatsoever. But today I was doing some refresh of Notion. I've tried time and time again to use Notion and make it a habit. I've used it frequently, most frequently for content. So I wanted to look into some templates, and I went ahead and grabbed Kennedy from Cozy K's template, and I've kind of been tweaking it along with some other free templates. Once I've got that situated a little bit more, maybe I will show you. We'll see how long I use it, because as you can tell, pumps, there's nothing there. I have this planner, which I believe I got from Illumicrate, which is like weekly task and like a little schedule here and a habit tracker, which I don't use habit trackers very often, to be honest. And then I have this notebook, which is more just like daily pages that I've had for a little bit, and I'm just kind of using it as a general notebook to put thoughts down because I have more space. And then we have our 2 reading journals that I am seriously behind. So currently I'm going to get my Goodreads and Storygraph updated. I think Storygraph is mostly updated overall. So in Storygraph, it has me at 23 books. And I mean, this seems it's about right. There's a couple missing currently on Storygraph. And then my Goodreads, and honestly, the only reason I am keeping my Goodreads for now is because I did use it for the Goodreads Choice Awards last year to kind of try to figure that out. So I am still gonna keep that going at the moment. So on Storygraph we have 25 books. 20, what did I say? 23 books. And on Goodreads currently, 20 books. So let's see. God, I read The Tainted Cup this year. That seems so crazy to me. Okay, so I need to do these side by side here so I can see what the hell I'm looking at. And then let me pull out the reading journal that I got from Illumicrate a long time ago. I did really well for the most part for January, and then, as was noted previously, fell off terribly in February. So our first book is the Village Library Demon Hunting Society, which I have both in my book and on Goodreads, and I gave 4 stars on each. Moving well then. Then we have Thief, Liar, Lady by D.L. Soria, which I finished on January 3rd, and that also is on both, and I gave 2 stars on both, so that is up to date. And then we have New Year by Julie Duh. I do not have that on Goodreads, but I do have it here. So I read that on Fable, which I haven't used Fable whatsoever since I've kind of put a pause on doing a book club at the moment, just because my brain is not here for that. Perhaps I will get back into that. I think maybe next year, we'll see. Lord, okay. So we have The Rebound by Catherine Walsh. That's in both of these. As Old as Time by Liz Braswell, which is part of the Twisted Tales series. It's the Beauty and the Beast one. We have The Witchwood Knot, which I read. And, these were all for Winterween. That's right. So I have that both on there. The Tainted Cup, The Hitchcock Hotel. Both of those I read for Winterween, and I think the last ones I read were The Fall of the House of Usher and What Moves the Dead, and those were all for Winterween. And then I had some fun little romance moments with reading A Rivalry of Hearts, which was the first novel in the Fae Flings and Corset Strings. They're like companion, cozy fantasy romances. And then I read the second one, which is My Fair Romance, which I have on both of them as well. And then The 13th Child, which I picked up in December and then had to return it and then finally finished it in January. And then we had One Night Only by Catherine Walsh, who I read quite a few of her books, I think, in between when I read one for like the Christmas time. She has a lot of novels on Amazon and I read them at the time. And then for the final book in January, the one that we finished was Little Women. Okay, all that looks good. So January reading log is good. We have page counts. I didn't do complete reviews, monthly reviews on them. I think for the pages I haven't used on these, I may do like a smash journal kind of thing, or like a junk journal for anything else that I get going on here. Going into February shouldn't be too bad either. So for February, we started off with She Doesn't Have a Clue which was a book box read and pretty fun. I did it with Once Upon a Book Club and tried theirs out. It was super fun. I also have that book up on my Pango currently. I did enjoy it. I gave it a 3.5 and it was a fun little read. I just know I'm not gonna reread it. So I thought I would go ahead and put it up on Pango and, you know, let somebody else have a chance. So I'm gonna add these to my Goodreads. All right, so that is in there. We have The Fall Risk by Abby Jimenez, which I thoroughly enjoyed. It was a little short that she put out for the month of February. Just super fun. My goodness. These reading logs. It's gonna be so hard to get back on track with this. Oh, we'll worry about the books later. Right now we're just gonna do the apps. Once I get the apps under control, I feel like doing the books will be easier. Okay, adding another one. So like I said, February was a month where I didn't read very much. So we have it to The Fall Risk. And then here we have at the end of February as well, which I don't have in here, is A Murderous Relation, which is the 5th book in the Veronica Speedwell series, and I read that. I do not have that in Goodreads, so I'm gonna add that over to Goodreads now. It's getting darker. Okay. Like I said, I gave it 4 stars. I really liked I liked the book 4, because it was like a haunted castle and stuff like that. I thought that was super fun. And the Murderous Relation one, I don't know. Maybe that's because we were back in London. So I'm curious to see what the next book will entail. So for March, we're moving to March now. So we've got One Dark Window for March. Now here is, I have 2 audiobooks that I listened to in the month of March, and they were both Patricia Briggs books. I listened to the dramatized adaptation of Bloodbound, and I listened to the dramatized adaptation of Iron Kissed, and did not rate either of them. So I guess I'm just like enjoying the ride. I don't know. Okay, so we added those. Now, when did I read? Okay, the next book that we have to add to Goodreads is Immortal by Su Lin Tan, which I talked about a couple blogs ago. It was a pretty recent read, and I gave it a 2.5, which honestly I might, what is going on here? My computer is having a moment. Something about my computer, maybe it was where you were sitting, it got really sensitive, I don't know. So we're changing the angle a little bit. Sorry, it's not the best angle, but I cannot do that again. Okay, Immortal by Su Lin Tan. Okay, so we added Immortal, and now we need to add, nope, I have this one. Let me see, when did I? All right, so I have, the last book that I finished was Wooing the Witch Queen. Oh, I totally blew over the fact that I read the Strawberry Patch Pancake House, and that is on Goodreads. So Strawberry Patch. I mean, I've given them all 3 stars because they are just like a little romp, you know what I mean? But it was definitely like my least favorite of the group. I knew I was writing something. Okay, so that is updated. Now we need to go back here. So I think the only other one I need to add to, where did it go? Okay, the only other one I need to add to Goodreads, or I mean from Goodreads to Storygraph, is The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren, which I read at the, I finished like at the very beginning of this month. I mean, it's like technically I finished it in April, but I think I finished it in like past midnight. So it was technically an April read, but it's going to log officially as May, I suppose. Okay. Wow, that was a Goodreads Choice Awards. No, I put it in April. Okay. So I started that on the 29th. I was actually thoroughly disappointed with this book. I give it 2 stars, which is kind of sad because I really liked the Paradise Problem, but I kind of felt like the Honeymooners was her like trying to figure out the Paradise Problem in a way. And I don't know. It just wasn't, I found both the characters to be a little lacking. Just, was not my fave. Goodreads, what the hell? Anyways, my camera's gonna die. So moral of the story is we are up to date. See, this is showing 25 books and Goodreads is showing 26. Okay, no, 25 books. Okay, we're all set on this. My camera's dying. So we're gonna close this out for now and I will get back to you when we start doing the like content and maybe updating the reading journals. Let's check in with you then. Hello, I'm back because the camera is charged, which is good. And yeah, I've been decided to dive deep into updating this reading journal because that's just where my brain went and that's just what we're doing now. So I did decide to take the little inspo I got from Booklist. I'll put her Instagram here. I cannot think of it at the moment because she does one, although she did one with her favorite book from last year, which is interesting. Not something I'm gonna do, but since I just have like empty pages for, you know, like for example, oh, hello. Yeah. I will show you. Here's what we've got going on so far. So I went ahead and printed out my Storygraph little wrap up for February because I didn't do my readings on here and I only did 3 books, so I just didn't feel like it was worth the time of writing them on here when I could put this here. And then I have a ton of like bookmarks and whatnot that just kind of sit around and I don't use. So I took her inspiration and decided to stick them in here to take up page space. I also didn't track my reading appropriately, so I just put in, you know, the calendar days and kind of mark them off. And I'll probably go back in and color at some point in time. I don't know what to do about this monthly book haul yet. Not quite sure. Because I didn't like buy that much in February or March, so, or January for that matter. So I don't know what to do with this page quite yet. And then we have the little monthly reviews. Haven't put them there yet, but I've at least put the pictures of them. My colored ink just ran out. And then so like I have this page where I can put some stuff and these 2 pages. And then we have the monthly wrap-ups. And those are easy to fill out, especially with having my Storygraph done. So I'm now in March. I didn't have a monthly TBR for March because I basically gave up on that. So now I am working my way through getting these pages updated. So that's what we're doing at the moment. Howdy. Howdy, howdy. It is the next day and I spent another like hour and a half finishing updating my reading journal. So I'm pretty happy with that. Well, I guess there's still a couple things. Like I need to update the books on here and stuff like that. But I mean, overall, we are updated. So I thought I'd give you a little walkthrough of what we did. And then we can talk content plans, which I'm excited about. So let me get you sorted. So this is a page I still need to update. This is where you're supposed to basically fill in the books. So I have about 25 books, I believe, that I said I've read this year. And clearly there are not 25 on here. So I do need to eventually do that. And I do also want to like work on getting these pages all colored at some point, but that wasn't my primary goal. This is also something I need to figure out. It's in the other pages too. I guess picking my favorite book of that month. So I gotta go back and think about this a little bit. And then this hasn't changed from when we originally laid this out. Of course, I actually probably do need to update some of these. Like, we are not going to continue on with comparison. And I did not end up doing the Middle Earth readathon. And we are kind of pausing our 12 classics written by women. So all of those probably need to be changed. And then I am super behind on my buzzword readathon challenges here. I think I've only read 2 out of the ones I was supposed to read. So, you know, we're trying. Okay, so this would have been familiar. Winterween. This was our only really successful reading month, I would say, if we were looking at plans. But I did add this. This was like a test trial I did for my Nana, and I still have the picture, so I kept it there. And then just did a little quote here and just kind of zhuzhed this page up to fill it in. And then this I had already filled out, which was good. But I didn't have any books that I bought in January that I remembered, so I just put this postcard that I got from Salt Lake City a long time ago in here, because I just think it's super pretty, and now it has a home forever and ever. And these are our little monthly reviews. I did update these. I don't actually do the reviews, I just give like a little overview of what the book is instead of doing a review. And then we have the overall page completion. So you're supposed to pick the book of the month here. And I haven't done that, but it's like probably going to be my 5-star read, which has been one of my only 5-star reads, I think, of this year, honestly. Might be the only one. Okay, February, we had our Dante's Inferno, Dante's Inferno, which I didn't complete. I completed a couple, but not most of them. And then just some other goals I had for the month. I ended up putting, I think I talked about this, I ended up putting my wrap up here and just put this little bookmark that I had. And then I have this She Doesn't Have a Clue sticker that I got from the monthly box. So I actually had this on my notebook and I moved this over. I think I showed you this. I put, this was one of the things I got from one of the local bookstores when I was doing the Houston book crawl. Updated these. Again, just some bookmarks. More bookmarks. I got this from Fake Rate, from the one of my Fake Rate boxes, and they've just kind of been sitting around. I don't even know the characters, but they're there. I've never read this book, but they're in here, hanging out. Then March, I moved, since I didn't have a TBR, I moved the wrap up to the monthly TBR. That way we could have a reading log here. And then some more bookmarks. Our little calendar, just marking off the days. And this is the second postcard that I had from Salt Lake City. And then more of the little monthly overviews. I kind of really just gave like very quick synopses of this. Couple more bookmarks. Like I said, I think I'll put like a picture here maybe. More bookmarks just to cover up these pages. And then monthly wrap-ups. See, none. No 5 stars in March either. And then April, did kind of the same thing here. Was a slow month. Lots of purchases though, so I actually got to fill out the monthly book haul here from when we did the Houston book crawl, and then just did little calendars. Again, little monthly reviews. I was running out of bookmarks at this point, so probably another picture here or two. Same thing here. These were from bookmarks that I'd like, they weren't gonna fit if I put them in the page, so now they're in a hongbao next to my Murder by the Book. And then our wrap up here as well, where I spent this is an estimate. I could not be bothered to go for the receipts, but over $100 on books at local bookstores, which is pretty exciting. But yeah, so now we are in May. I haven't really set a TBR. I might just put some books I'm thinking about on here. And then I did get this bookmark from the Jane Austen experience that I did back last year, and since I did go and see Pride and Prejudice in theaters yesterday, I decided to place it here in May just to be a little reminder of that. And so we are caught up. I do need to put one book in here because I have finished one book in May already, Wooing the Witch Queen, but she's caught up. All right, let's go ahead and get our Notion up. I do have quite a few things that we need to do today. Okay, so like I mentioned, this is the content planning page. I think it was Kennedy's work page, but this is now my content planning page. So we have goals and projects here. I haven't put anything in here, so we're gonna go into this page, and then we're gonna start adding projects. These are going to basically be video ideas. So like I said, this is our mid-year reset, trying to get the channel set for the rest of the year. I know like June is technically the mid-year, but that's why we're doing it in May. So we're set up for the second half of the year. So first page, or first new project that we're doing it right now, is our mid-year reset. And this is currently in progress. I do want to change the names to like recording, editing, etc., but I will get to that. May video reset for the second half of the year. Cool. All right, so that is our first one. Next one, which I'm already started filming this. So we have, I'm doing like cozy reads, a cozy reading vlog. So cozy reading vlog number 1. Our status is in progress. I have started filming slightly for this one. And then we can put cozy reading vlog, cozy vlog. I know this is so exciting. So I'm doing cozy witch reads, and I have the House Witch that I am currently like 50-something% of the way through. And then I want to listen to Kiki's delivery service. And I want to do a small craft. Oh, I know which craft I'm going to do. So I'm going to paint my kitty book nook. Not book nook, book. What is it? I don't have the word for it right now. Book nook is fine. And then we are going to make a witchy recipe from one of my cozy books. Okay, so that is that vlog. I need this one to be posted on this date. There we go. Perfect. And then this one, its end date is going to be Friday. As you can see, I'm always flying by the seat of my pants when it comes to editing. Okay, so that's good. Next May vlog, second cozy reading vlog. And this is not started yet. My end date for this will probably be the 23rd. Sounds right. Okay, and then this one, I know we'll be reading Howl's Moving Castle. And I also am getting some Studio Ghibli inspired, like, what is that? Embroidery patterns that I'm going to try. So I'm getting some of those. So I do know those two for that vlog, but I don't know anything else yet. But that's fine because we have time to think on it. And then the last one, probably for May, I do think will be I was started with the unhaul, but we are going to do a spring cleaning video. So I've already started this. It is in progress because I did put up all the books on Pango, but oh my goodness. So we did our Pango books. I'm going to do a clothing reorganizing / unhaul. I'm going to do a just general cleaning, I guess. And this will be like interspersed throughout what I'm doing this month, but it's been on my to-do list. So we are filming. It's just kind of when it happens. Just kind of when it happens. So that's when we're working on. May is technically, we still have until, like, technically summer starts June 22nd, right? Friday, June 20th. 20th is the summer solstice. So I don't know if this vlog, I feel like realistically right now, I don't know if I want to put this on the 30th because I feel like I don't know if I will be done by then. So I feel like, no, I'll be out of town that day. And I'll be leaving this Friday. I'm looking at you for answers. Okay, so tentatively, we're going to put this for May 30th. It's tentative. We shall see. We shall see if we get done with that. Oh, oops, back to projects. Okay, so that is May. New page, June. So I don't know if we're going to do, I could do a quarterly wrap up. I kind of already done that with my mid-year reset. So I don't want to do, oh, duh. How silly of me. I am going to do the mid-year freakout tag. I'm going to do that. This isn't started yet. And this will go up on June 6th. Yeah, that's right. Mid-year freakout tag, y'all. So we have the mid-year freakout tag. And I'm going to Magic Kingdom in Orlando. Because if you don't know, I'm originally from Florida. And so my family still lives in Florida. And we're not too far from the Orlando area. And so we're in the Tampa area. So that's like an hour-and-a-half drive. So I'm going with Heather. And we're going to have a little magical day. I've just really been in the mood to go to the Magic Kingdom. I don't know why. So this will be a Magic Kingdom vlog. A little fun vloggy vlog for you. So this is not started, obviously. And the end date for this will be June 13th. Because I'm going to be going on the 11th. Ooh, that is ambitious. Should I do that June 20th? Probably. Okay, we'll make that one June 20th. That's probably the smarter thing to do. We are going to have lunch in Cinderella's castle, which I've never done before. So that's exciting. Bring you along with me with this solo D&D campaign. I can spell campaign right. Not started. Would I put that in on the 6th then? No, because the 6th I'm doing the mid-year wrap-up. I put that on the 13th. Oh, I don't know about that. Maybe the 13th will just be, we'll just do another cozy reading vlog, and this will be number 3. I don't have an idea of what books will be included in that cozy reading vlog as of yet, but I think that will be the goal for June. And then I do know, let me look at my timeline here. Let's see. So for Summerween TBR, I guess I want that to come out. Do I want it to come out on the 4th or the 27th? I mean, because it's for us on the States, that's Independence Day, July 4th. So it's like, I don't know if I want to post on the 4th or not. We don't have any plans. But if I post on the 27th, that's like a long time from Summerween. And usually I do like a TBR, and then I do, since it's 8 days, I think maybe I'll just do 2 vlogs for Summerween this time. Because last time I think I did 3 of like actual reading vlogs, and we have, so if it's the 5th, it's 8 days. Okay. Because I can do the summer the summer TBR. I did on the 4th. That'd be the day before. And then I'd be filming, put out a video on the 8th, and then put out a video on the 12th. I feel like that seems reasonable. Okay. So this is going to go on the 4th. And then another image. Okay. So we have our Summerween TBR, and then we will do Summerween vlog number 1 and put that for July, what did I say? July 8th. Summerween vlog 2, and we'll do that for July 12th. All right. Oh, it's not started yet. Okay. All right. That's feeling good. Other project ideas I've had. So, like I mentioned, we have these cozy reading vlogs, so I probably will put these like projects that I want to do, like these craft projects throughout these cozy reading vlogs. So I do think like it'll probably just be a continuing series of cozy reading vlogs. I've just really not been in the mood for more intense vlogs. or more intense, not more intense vlogs, more intense reads. So I really haven't been in the mood for any of that whatsoever. So this gets us through what? Mid-July for the most part. Mid-July. And then we have this second half of the year, which will be a tough one. I don't know if I have any more ideas like off the top of my head. I could do, okay, that could be interesting. I could do a buzzword challenge catch-up vlog. That could be an interesting one that we could do because currently, like I said, I've only read 2. So that I'm going like way too far. Okay, so I've only read 2 on here, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these books I physically already have. So I could do some buzzword challenge catch-up vlogs, and those could be helpful for these. So let's do that. So buzzword readathon catch-up vlog number 1. And we have that for June 27th. That's reasonable. That's 4 books in a period of over a month. We can do that. So I will we'll do February and March. And then for February, it is a skyline for the book cover. And then we have the words for the buzzword. And then for March, it was books for the book cover and thing for the buzzword. Okay. Not started yet. Perf. We've got buzzword readathon number 2. Not started. And the end date of this, because we've got this posted. Okay, so we could do this on the 18th. So we have April, and we've got animals for a cover. All right, we're going to be a little, and then, okay, animals for the word. All right. 2 books with animals. And then May, it's eyes for the cover. And June, oh, no, yeah. Eyes for the cover, and then 2 or 2 for the word. 2 or 2 for the word. All right. Great. And then the final one to catch us up, buzzword readathon number 3. Not started. And then we will do July 25th for that one. Do I want to do July 25th or do August 1st and then do something else for July 25th? We're gonna do July 25th because this will make up the debt, our buzzword readathon debt. And then we will start off August with a clean slate, which is Celestial for the cover and memory words for the word. And then July is technology for the cover and punctuation for the word. Okay, I feel good. We are planned out through July. Who is she? Does this not look so satisfying? I know it's not a clear line partially because we are doing Summerween, so we have additional vlogs that are coming out on not my typical like Friday schedule, but I am so excited. Wow, I am so proud of myself. Hi, Editing Victoria here. Realized I never did an outro for this video, so just wanted to give a quick thank you for watching this. If you're doing some mid-year resets or things like that, let me know, share down below. And if you want to stick around for more Bookish and Nerds content, feel free to subscribe. I upload every Friday. And until next time, I hope you read a good book, I hope you find some joy, and most importantly, I hope you do something to make the world a better place, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!